What they say, hit dogs holler.
Mm.
You get beat, then you run and go tell. You take your
Sheesh.
ball and go home.
What part of the game is that, man?
Then the surprise album drops, and you had that goofball with the red hair saying how much you was unbothered. But now you here telling. It's the Rap Round Table. It's your boy Jarv alongside Sincere the Rap Snob,
What up? What up?
alongside the homie Mace. No Dini for this one. He's on the clock. We'll have a guest joining us soon. We'll have our West Coast correspondent, pardon me, coming out and joining us real soon. But no pleasantries. We
Now,
don't
real
got
quick,
time.
hold on. I got a question. How y'all feel about this color on me, man? This color works, right? It's a good color.
This is why we got
gang bang, bro.
This
All
is
right,
why
let's
we
go.
don't trust you when it comes to it. You feed the narrative every time. You know what I mean? You know,
I'm neutral.
but we gonna get
It's
into
a good color.
this
Chad, what
right
you
now.
think?
Since niggas is telling, let's get right into it. We going straight to the embassy right away. We don't have time for Sin. Sin can get his points off, but the embassy needs to
I
come
ain't got nothing else to
right
say,
now
man.
because niggas is telling. Mesito, this is your hero. What's going on?
Jaw, I'm disappointed, bro.
Oh,
Disappointed. I'm a
That's
little bit let
understatement.
down. I'm
A little bit.
little bit. I thought higher. You feel what I'm saying? But not of Drake, folks. Not of Drake.
Yeah.
It's of the culture. I'm gonna be honest with you. The actual reaction to this lawsuit has gotten me a little bit disgusted, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
what do you
It
mean?
does. It does. Listen, I get everybody is full on Kendrick mode. You know, I love the album. Y'all go check the review. The numbers is running up. Go check it in studio GNX review. You know, everybody is still stuck on their, you know, the red and blue side. You see Sin, he's rapping it himself. Everybody is still attached to, you know, what's going on there, but nobody is seeing the big picture. Never in my mind did I think that the rap culture, hip hop culture, the culture that fills Kendrick apparently would cape for record labels. This is a groundbreaking moment, people. I understand everybody.
Yeah, so Sid, what you think about that?
Come on,
We
man.
not. We just not.
Listen, man.
Hey, I told you the mute button
Go
works.
ahead. Let me get his bullshit bars off, man.
Yeah, get this shit off, man.
Listen, because Sin knows I'm right here. Sin
the
knows
fuck
I'm right
outta
here. This
here,
is
man.
Michael Jackson. This is Michael Jackson suing Sony all over again. This is what y'all wanted, right? Y'all wanted the biggest artist in the game to go against the record labels. And now it's not on y'all terms and y'all are upset. Listen, I get it. But this is not a shot at Kendrick, guys. This is not saying that Kendrick didn't win the battle. This is not saying that Not Like Us is not a hit. This is not saying that we didn't love it, that Kendrick is not running up to this day. Please stop. Open your minds. This is Drake exposing what we've all said, right? That the record labels use bots, that the record labels manipulate playlists, that the record labels decide what's really going on. This is what y'all all wanted. Because
fuck all that.
That's not what y'all wanted.
This is the problem I'll be having with. Hold on. This is the problem I'll be having with Mace. Mace picks very random times to be obtuse about shit. We don't give a fuck about what Drake. Why? We don't care. Your man is telling like a bitch. Let's focus on that.
Telling on who, Job? Who's he telling on?
But
Kenny,
here's the thing.
He's telling on Kenny.
So Kenny was in concert?
Listen,
he's telling on Kenny.
Kenny was in concert with the bots? That's what you saying, Job?
He's telling on the label that's supporting Kenny. He's telling on Kenny.
He never said Kenny had nothing to do with this. It says he's suing UMG. It says he's suing UMG. It says he's suing the record labels.
It's support of Not Like Us. So he telling on Kenny.
Kenny was a person that just was stuck in the middle of the battle, y'all. This is what I'm saying. You think it's kind of small here.
Let's hear from Sincere the Rap Snob.
Let's hear what Sid got to say.
Here's the thing, man. Throughout the run of Drake's 15-year-long career now, this is when he picks to start this battle against the record labels. He's been fine with the record labels and how they operate for 15 straight years. You know what I mean? Now, because they quote unquote backing Kendrick and he loses this battle, this is when he decides to make this move. Drake is going out sadder than I had ever anticipated. Like this is worse. This is worse than Ja Rule. This is worse than Mo D. This is worse than Cannabis. This is worse than everybody, bro. Like Drake is going out so sad, and it's not even. It's the culmination of things, right? We just seen him on that what's his name, XQC, the white dude from Canada, on his stream. You know what I mean? Looking like every bit of a colonizer that Kendrick said he is. You know what I mean? Talk about how rap is weird now. Why is it weird now, Drizzy? What's the problem with it now? Because everybody ain't in your corner no more. You know what I mean? Because your numbers is down. You haven't been able to make a hit since Kendrick lifted your skirt. Like why is it so weird now? You know what I mean? And now to double down on the colonizer vibes of it all. This motherfucker is going to the feds. He telling.
My man ran to Babylon.
Bro, he got on the phone. He got on the phone. Called the cops. Like the Karen that he is. Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear anything about this. Look, here's the thing. If there is some type of wrongdoing on the label's part, so be it. You know what I mean? But it's just
so be it, Sin.
No, I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so be it to let the labels off the hook. I'm just saying this is very weird timing on Drake's part. This is when he chooses to quote unquote expose the labels. You know what I mean? He had 15 years to do that. But when he was benefiting, he didn't care not a single iota about this issue. Now, because it seems like everybody's against him, now he wants to make this move. I'm not trying to hear it at all. Not at all.
Go ahead, Mace.
Listen, I Sin, expectedly is taking this as a shot at Kendrick. It's not a shot at Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you've been seeing wrongdoing for 15 years. Keep letting it go, or say something. Obviously, he was not gonna say something when he, like, we all understand he wasn't gonna say something when he was benefiting from it, but he didn't, and he said something. But the big point, the larger point, is that we are getting confirmation from the nigga who is the main nigga that benefited from him that something is going on. If you can't see that how that will benefit everyone in the long run, then I feel like maybe you just too one-sided in this, personally.
This is not the time to try to play some kind of nuanced angle, right? Because it's like that means you're willfully taking your head and stuffing it in the dirt because you want to ignore what's really going on here. All summer long it was, man is not bothered. The battle is over. We back to making summer slaps. That didn't work. We tried the IG subs. That didn't work. We tried different angles. We're ready for round 2 on the burner account. Oh, no, wait, there's no round 2. That didn't work. You have your mouthpiece of academics pushing every angle possible. That didn't work. So now when the album drops and the whole rap world itself is shaking, it's a rap earthquake this weekend. Kenny talk everywhere. Even the pods with no motion, they get emotion because Kenny is so impactful that he's controlling every aspect of the culture. So now niggas wake up on Monday and they dropping lawsuits because of the diss song allegedly was aided by bots. That's what we doing on a Monday after the album drop when nobody gives a flying fuck about you. You did the stream with the blonde white dude. I don't give a fuck about what name it is because it doesn't represent shit that we give a fuck about. But you did that stream, and the only things niggas gave a fuck about was the negative, dumb shit you were saying about the culture. Your impact is dwindling. You tried to punk DeMar DeRozan. No one gave a fuck. No one thinks you did outside of your friends. You, right now, are a goofy. And again, I'm not the type to talk bad about rappers. I'll talk about the actions and things of that nature. But right now, I have to call Drake a goofy. Because you had your other mouthpiece the only person who's probably having a worse year than you is Lil Yachty. And part of Lil Yachty's rough year is him trying to be a mouthpiece for you. And he's like, he don't care. He's not bothered. But the whole time you taking legal actions, it's whole litigation over a diss song that got pumped up by a record label. So wait, so let me get this straight. Aubrey Karen Graham is saying now that payola is a problem? Huh? Now payola is a problem? When it benefited you your whole career, Sin, I got you. When it benefited you your whole career, it was okay. But the minute you get punched on by the only guy capable of punching on you this way, now you gonna tell? You're a bitch. You got beat up and you told your mom. I thought you was locked in with Lucian, Aubrey. You telling on Lucian, the nigga who gave you 400 M's? Bro, he's a goofy.
This shit is crazy.
He's a man, but he's really a lady. I gotta bring that out again. How you tell?
And let's put the entire 15-year career aside. Let's just go back the last 6 months from May to now. You know what I mean? May when Not Like Us. That was when Not Like Us came out, right? In May. Yes. Yeah, right. So the last 6 months, this is the crux of it, because this is when the whole botting allegation started with Not Like Us. It wasn't Euphoria or like that before that. So let's take these last 6 months. You've been sitting on this for 6 months, and you went through every stage of grief. Every single stage of grief. You know what I mean? From denial, you know what I mean, to seeming unbothered, to just trying to front like it wasn't gonna change anything. It was gonna be business as usual. You were gonna have the summer snappers, like Jarv said. You know what I mean? Not a single one of those songs stuck. You know what I mean? If you felt so strongly about this, Drake, you would have done this back in May. You waited a whole 6 months because you thought you was gonna be able to dig yourself up out of this hole that Kendrick done kicked you into. You know what I mean? But that never happened. You thought you still had the golden touch. That shit is barely copper. You know what I mean? So now that you're fully realizing, oh shit, I don't have no course of action here other than I'm gonna have to tell. I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? Call the cops on you. You know what I mean? Follow whole lawsuit.
From Jadakiss taught your son to say him did it,
bro.
Huh?
What? And again, like what part of the game is that?
What
part of the game is that? Is what I want to know. You know what I mean? And look, and again, you can't remove the context of the battle. And this is where Kendrick has absolutely 100% checkmated him from jump. You know what I mean? He's put him in this predicament where there is no working out of it for Drake. He's gonna come out looking like a 100% goofy loser, no matter what. And this is the worst case scenario for him. I don't even know how he brings himself to make this move. As a part of the cult, as somebody who wants us to believe so bad that he's part of the culture, that he's not a visitor, that he's not a colonizer. You know what I mean?
Damn.
It's like I say, the no matter what's going on here, this is not some sort of Kenny didn't win the battle. This is not some sort of
we don't care about that, Mace.
But this is not unprecedented though. This is not unprecedented though, because like I said, when Michael Jackson sued Sami Mottola, this was what? After his album didn't sell, right? When 50 Cent went against Jimmy Iovine and Interscope immediately following the Kanye battle. It was the same thing. After you lost, you said that the record labels manipulated it. So it's not an unprecedented thing. It's happened before. So, you know, I understand, like I understand. You know what started to make a lot of sense to me? It started to make a lot of sense to me. 100 gigs. Why that was released, the reasoning behind that, it started making sense. They playing Not Like Us. Do y'all remember that moment in time where you would play a Drake song and Not Like Us would come up, and then you play a J. Cole song and Not Like Us come up, and then you play a Beyonce song and Not Like Us come up? If y'all don't remember that, then y'all don't remember that.
Wait.
Charles,
So
if you
now
don't remember when we
suspicious
went
of
up to
algorithms? Now because he lost?
Charles, that's included in the lawsuit, though.
When we in our crib and we say, yo, I could use some new furniture in my living room, then I open my fucking Facebook or my Instagram and there's an ad about furniture.
Bro,
we didn't care then, but now we care.
Same for everybody, bro.
Charles, I remember when me and you text to each other, we said, why does Not Like Us have 10 million views in 3 minutes? I remember me and you saying that to each other.
Let's be clear. We talked about the bot. These niggas is late. We talked about botting 6 months ago.
Right.
We're not even questioning the bots. We're questioning the rapper who lost telling. That is the point here.
I mean, I understand that to a degree, but somebody got to tell what?
Start beef, and then when it fly your way, you ran to the cops. You started it.
Kendrick actually started it. But listen, you make a good point there. But if we take that approach, then who's ever going to expose the record labels? If you saying that he's snitching on the record labels, then how we ever gonna get to that point? I understand the attachment to Kendrick in it, and I understand how it looks in that aspect, but he's not suing Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? He's not.
I'm at a loss.
The Rap Roundtable does not subscribe to anything Mace has to say about this topic. I want to make that clear. We got the West Coast in the building. We need someone
ISO on me
West to add some perspective
ISO on me.
Hey, what's going on?
Jar. In practice, me and Mace 1-on-1.
Okay.
Hey, because Mike Jack didn't go to the police and say, "Oh, Prince is talking about me. He's talking about me." Hey, wait, hold on, Mace, hold on. No, put it back there. We still got champagne from May. It's a lot of champagne over here, bro. It's a lot of champagne. Peekaboo.
Yo, send a case over here, man.
Oh, we got lots of it. We got lots of it. Dodger Blue. Hey, in case y'all didn't notice, I'm a part of the team. If y'all didn't know,
there we go.
I don't know if y'all knew. This is championship purple too.
I see it.
Now that that's out the way. Hi, fellas. How y'all doing? It's been a while. Or it hasn't.
Keep this energy going, though. Macito's saying that it's not about Kenny Baylor. He's saying that it's about fixing the industry. Help me understand.
Mace, y'all complaining about him stitching on a white man. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Mace, this is a crazy thing. You a New Yorker trying to cater for a Canadian doing something that none of us do in the hood. That's crazy. We've never done that. He is over there telling, and you know why. Yeah, it's not about Kenny, but it is about Kenny. Ja Rule didn't tell on 50. Or he probably did. But anyways,
Ja Rule say he stole on him actually.
Hey, here's the thing. I think Drake is beyond repairing his image now. I think he had a chance to do that. He don't have it. He is out of his control now because he can't get past his ego. If he just come out and say, "Yo, I lost. It was a good battle. I'm done with it." Yo, I respect him for that. But you don't go on. Come on, we don't even know that streamer. We don't even know the streamer.
Apparently, he's an all-time great streamer. He's a streamer OG, according to Aubrey.
And that's cool. And then why would you shoot at our little homie from Compton? Shoot at the Compton dude. Shoot at the real one. Don't shoot at the little homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's your man's. Hey, where Dini at? He didn't come to work today?
Nah.
Dini missing, man.
Nah.
That's crazy, man. Like, we don't never really get to work together. I don't even know all my coworkers.
Hey,
Mace. I usually don't even pay attention to cats that was born after Pac died. You get the pass because of your OGs that's next to you. Okay? And I roll with you. But you know the works that's going on from Aubrey, you can't defend that, bro. Whether it's towards Kenny or not, it is because of Kenny. So you can't excuse those actions. That's not hip-hop, bro. And I don't want to sound cliche, but it's not what we do. All we asked for him and that other dude from North Carolina to do was rap.
He did rap though. He did rap.
Kinda. Did he? Did he?
Barely.
Because right now, if you put together a 2024 diss playlist, he ain't got that many.
Allegedly, you know.
And your man, and then your man put, and then your man put out.
He's saying that the record labels are making sure because of the playlist. But the thing is this Baylor. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not acting completely oblivious. Obviously, the optics of this look crazy. Correct. But to me, this is similar to this is akin to you. This is akin to you suing the police department to me. That's the vibes that this happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mace. Stop now. Cut it out. Like, stop it now. Now you're getting a technical foul, bro. Like, you of all niggas condoning this is wild to me. Like, did you talk to academics before you got on the air? Did you get your OVO membership renewed for another 2 years? What the fuck?
That's personally the way I feel. I feel like something like this will age better in time. I get the attachment to Kenny, but the Kenny battle is over. He already lost. It's that can't be erased by anything.
Don't do that. Because he's not over it. Drake is absolutely not over it. We know
he definitely not over it.
You can't have to do with anything. Hold on. This is why you can't separate it. Because if this was like, let's say, like 5 years from now, and we saw some signs,
so he should wait 5 years and then
no. I'm saying if this was that's just an arbitrary number. Let's say 5 years from now, 3 years from now, however much time, enough time for us to see some signs of Drake actually moving past this battle in this year and what happened to him, right? Then maybe I might be inclined to hear you out, Mace. But this is still so fresh in his heart and soul, right? This is on the same day that he goes to XQC stream and starts sending strays at Steve Lacy for being on stage with Kendrick in July. Like the little homie. Like, this is still burning him so bad. So you can't
I bet you he's gonna throw shots at Tyler.
Guys, just give me a second. I just want to make it clear to the chat. We potted. We having a good time. Mason can feel how he want to feel about this. As you can see, we squabbling. Cousin sometimes got a slap box. But what you're not gonna do in the chat, all that jerking and man area parts, watch your fucking mouth. Okay? Be respectful. No one's disrespecting you, because y'all get defensive when we get to disrespecting y'all back.
Let them know.
All right? Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's all I had to say.
Here's what I want to say. Where did you land right there, Sin?
What was that?
Now, what did you land? I didn't hear where you landed right there.
So I'm just saying that you can't try to separate the battle from this lawsuit that Drake is handing over, because this is obviously still, like, it's so clearly still fresh to him. The wounds are fresh, and he's still showing signs of, not being over it. He's still sending strays at just like bystanders that happen to be just around Kendrick on the same stage. Like, it's still a fresh wound. Like, the ether's still burning slow in him. You know what I mean? So you, like, again, if enough time had passed to where we see that the battle has actually died down, and we see signs of Drake actually moving past it, and then he makes this move. You know what I mean? That's a different story. But right now, like, I don't see how you could separate the two.
Come in. We're not talking about the most important aspect of this situation. See y'all cooking, Macito. I respect you choosing this hill. It's a dangerous hill on this day to die on. You can continue to do that. I ain't gonna give you no life vest. But we suing Universal Music Group and Spotify, but we not throwing paperwork at Kenny for calling you a PDF in front of billions of people. So what's the real issue here, guys? So that's sanctioned.
He not suing Kendrick. This is what I'm saying.
Where are your priorities?
I'm gonna be honest.
One guy said you like to do things that are illegal.
Yo,
Super illegal.
and this is what I'm saying.
Super illegal.
Like
to me, that would show a
imagine in
saltiness
2001.
about the actual battle. That would show, like, you know what I mean? That would be like being a Karen to Kendrick to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an actual, you know, you didn't want to throw a life vest, but you did, y'all. That's actually a good separator right there, if you ask me.
How so, Steve?
Because listen, if is in this potential lawsuit, and another thing, everybody keeps saying, hey, you decided to sue the week of. All we are is getting the information of this. We know how the PR and media works. Wouldn't it make Drake look terrible getting the information that he sued the week that Kendrick drops? This could have been 2 weeks ago. This could have been 3 weeks ago. So be mindful of how the media works. And at the same time, if this was going to take any money out of Kendrick's pockets, if this was going to make Kendrick not have the #1 album next week, if this was going to negatively affect Kendrick in any way, then I feel like we can have the discussion there.
It does, though.
I don't even feel like this is a good discussion, because if you flip it around, you think Kenny doing that?
Hold on, Baylor. It
Drake,
does impact Kenny, because if you're saying his streams are inflated or fabricated, it means that the impact wasn't real. So even if you say you suing the label and Spotify, it's still saying that what Kenny accomplished this year is fraudulent. That's why it's a problem. That's saying that he's not, in fact, not accepting the defeat.
MAGA vibes.
I feel like that's yes, but wouldn't he be exposing his own career as much as that if he flips the table on this? This is a kamikaze mission.
Hey, in an alternate universe, Mace, do you think Kenny make these same moves?
So you're saying opposite?
Just flip it around.
Drake wins as decisively as Kenny did.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Kenny does it.
Why?
Because like you said, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Okay.
Maybe we should.
All right. So not like
maybe all the people who know that Drake been cheating all these years, maybe one of the niggas should have said, I have proof that Drake is botting these shits. I have proof that Drake is shouldn't be on these playlists.
But they not gonna do that because they not haters. Everybody know the game rigged.
Mace, I'm not a Drake. Mace, I'm not a Drake fan at all. I can assume that he used bots. Here's the cold part about it. I don't care. There's certain songs I like. There's certain songs I don't like. If he uses bots, what I believe he does and he has, I don't care. That's how the record business goes. If they don't use those bots and your man is not that hot, they're not gonna get paid.
This is what I'm saying. You can say you can at the same time be a fan of Kendrick and say Kendrick whooped his ass and be like, yo, you know what?
But he did, though.
The fact that this is out in the open kind of, is not a bad thing. You saying we know it, we've been assuming it. What's wrong with us having proof?
It's the timing of it all. You know what I mean? Because I can't see anybody supporting this move without simultaneously having a dog in this fight, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like if I can't see you saying this, Mace, without being such an ardent Drake fan. I think the Drake fandom
you think
plays too much of a part.
Who has been exposing or that these record labels been doing this? The person that goes up and talks about the shady shit that they do behind the scenes. I wouldn't have no saying this. This is personally what I talk about.
In a 15-year career, like when would he not have been privy to these allegations, this information? You know what I mean? So why do it now? Late. Because he's losing? That's the part that I can't fight. Like, look, I'm not coming to the defense of the record labels. Fuck the record labels at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But it's just the context surrounding it. You can't look at this in a vacuum and say, oh, it's fuck the record labels. Drake is you know what I mean, fighting the righteous fight. No, there's not a righteous bone in that motherfucker's body. This motherfucker is only doing this because he's hurt and he's losing and he's desperate and he finds no other recourse of action other than to fucking run to the fence.
And
Mace,
sometimes
hey,
the act
hey,
is
Mace,
a selfish person. I understand what you're saying, Sin. I understand. You know what I mean? And I get it. You know, this is our culture, right? Don't tell, don't say nothing. But like, look at what's going on. Like, look at the
who cut the check though, Mace?
I went to the Rap Life playlist, the one that has Kendrick Lamar on the cover, the Rap Life playlist of the year. They don't have no over underground. There's not one Benny song, not one West Side song, not one Rome Street song. And I'm like, how could these niggas have controlled the culture this year and they not on the Rap Life playlist? This is what I'm saying. If it's exposed that people are manipulating this playlist, then what's wrong with that?
Now, that's not the conversation at all, Mason.
Nah, let's try not to talk
That's
over.
what the lawsuit is about.
The lawsuit about. Let's just try not to talk over each other right now. Like, Mace, you know, Mace, you.
My fault.
You know what I mean? Because Baylor waiting on you, Sin waiting on you. Let's try to keep the lanes clear. You know what I mean?
Mace, who cut the check?
Lucian.
Okay, and who took the check?
The whole industry. What you mean?
All right, so now we're. What are we worried about? Are we more worried about Drake now turning his life around and saying, "Hey, this is what they're doing"? Are you more worried about his character that's being exposed?
Drake already lost, Baylor. I go up there and say this every week. We just had a Kendrick Lamar. I just praised Kendrick Lamar for 30 minutes. I'm past that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So tell me this. So why don't you think it's more about his character intact than what you think he's really trying to do? Remember, this is the same cat who said Pusha T went too far.
So he's shown this is where we come from. Like, this is where we have to separate the artistry from the character. I've never come up here and said I thought Drake was of high character. I actually come up here and say, hey guys, I do think he's kind of a lame. I do think he's kind of this. I just like the music. So saying that Drake is the perfect person to do this because he's already looked at as a corny nigga. He's already looked at as the Karen. He's already looked at as the dude who will go tell his mama what's going on. I understand where it's from in the Kendrick aspect. So if we want to talk about that, he's salty about the Kendrick thing, we can get into that though. And I agree wholeheartedly. He's super salty. He's dissing Steve Lacy. Of course he's super salty. But I just wanted to focus on the fact that within all of this noise, this is not a bad thing on a full record label type of scale.
So what do you think about Jackal's comment?
What's that? What Jackal got to say? I don't remember that one, and I'll be honest, I don't remember that one. Spotify refunds. Send that link in the chat if you got it.
Consider rap snob. You hearing this bloviating from Macito. Like, where you at with this nonsense, man?
I mean, I've made it pretty clear where I'm at with this, man. Like, Drake going out like a sucker. I mean, I would use stronger verbiage, but you know what I mean? I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. But the more time passes, the more his aura lessens and shrinks, the more Euphoria and Not Like Us just ring more and more true. And the more Kenny comes out looking like I've been trying to tell y'all from deep. The more I feel like I tried to tell all of y'all from deep. You know what I mean? But it took 2024. Shouts to Cat Williams. You know what I mean? He started off the year talking about this is going to be the year of truth. You know what I mean? All the truths are going to be exposed. You know what I mean? And here we go. Here we are.
How much money do we got? Mace, how much money do we got? Because is he going to go after Squabble Up and TV Off?
What you mean? I mean,
that's all next summer. That's all next summer.
Remember, named in any of the lawsuits? I don't think so.
Hey, remember headshots all year. We're not done.
But that's the point here. If it was a matter of, you know what, Mace, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit, just for shits and giggles. I'll do it. If you telling me, all right, the label, the music industry as a whole, they put dollars on elite artists to make sure the music does well so that they can get the return on their investment. All right, yeah, we know that. The Rap Roundtable been talking about that since its inception. There's an episode titled "Industry Rules Such and Such and Such and Such." We know that, right? It ain't like Drake is doing an expose and lifting a veil on something that is new information. Again, we talked about the botting on this here podcast in real time. We know that. If Drake was in a situation where he was blowing up the industry on something even more so salacious than that, I might be standing right next to you right now, Mace, because again, I don't got a dog in this fight. But it's the fact that you singled out Not Like Us in particular. And maybe he filed the papers on Friday. We don't know. But the fact that this comes,
he filed it himself too.
Okay. But the fact that this comes out on the Monday after the weekend where your primary rival album drops, surprise album, shakes the industry, everybody who's anyone in the industry is talking about it. And this comes out after you on the stream with bro talking how you was talking, and we will get to that in a second. There's no way that I can, in good faith, put any respect on this lawsuit. Because it's very specific to this particular song. Quite frankly, Drake could pick any song. He could sue the label for choosing one of his songs. He could pick Hotline Bling. Any one of his smash hits. God's plan. Yeah. But it's the fact that he's choosing Not Like Us, the song that was the fucking final salvo in the greatest battle of all time. I'm sorry, Adriel. It is. I can't respect it because it's not an expose. It's hurt feelings. Like what you saying, let's be clear. Let me put it on wax. Everything May said is technically black and white facts.
In a vacuum, yes. In
a vacuum, it's facts. But the maliciousness behind it and picking that song, we gotta call it what it is. Now I'm gonna put it in a more grandiose sense for the older audience. Could you imagine what would happen 23 years ago when they did the Battle of the Beats for Super Ugly and Takeover, and Hove got on Angie and said, yo, y'all told niggas to pick Nas. Could you imagine? Y'all conspired against me to pick Nas.
And this is,
could you imagine if he said that?
And listen, whenever people are like, "Yo, Drake,"
they try to help him cheat. I remember that, bro.
Drake is a bigger,
better. He didn't say that the votes was cheating. He said that the people stood behind Nas and they weren't being fair to him. That was the whole basis of the blueprint. New York City turning on Jay-Z. He was already bitter.
This is when I'm not trying to hear nobody talk about Drake is better than Hove, man. Hove, never in a million years would he take this route. Bro.
And Hove, you want to know why, Sin? You want to know why, Jar?
Through that whole beef, even after he lost, he rapped through it.
You want to know why?
Drake didn't give us no bars yet. But
you know why?
He's being sassy. Go ahead, Baylor.
You want to know why? Because the cloth is not going to court. We're not going to court.
Exactly.
We're going to the booth.
Talk.
We going
the
to
booth or the streets, one of the two.
That's it.
You know what I mean? I'd have more respect if he ran up on Kenny.
They had it in the booth, remember?
You know what I mean?
I respect Aubrey if he fought the nigga. If they
happen to go hands, bro.
You gotta fight him. You gotta fight. I'm jumping in, but you gotta fight him.
I saw there was gonna be a fight after fucking Meet the Grams. Ain't nobody talking to me like that about me and my son and my moms and my whole family and not seeing these hands, bro.
Mace,
you filed a lawsuit months later.
Mace, what you gonna do on July? On July? No, what you gonna do on Juneteenth when Squabble Up come on? What's going to happen, bro? You gonna sue him in?
Nah, fuck the Super Bowl. Squabble Up.
Listen, I'm not gonna defend him on the Kendrick part. I'm saying that the Kendrick jokes, y'all can get him off. Like he deserved all of that. But I just will refuse to have people who I know are smarter than to defend Lucian Grange and UMG.
We're not defending Lucian.
Is that the first Kenny record to have bots put behind it?
Come on.
The lawsuit says UMG.
Then he might as well get all the lawsuits ready for every Kenny single.
All of them. But this is
And size for the year.
To put it in really simple terms, you know what I mean? You know how like on Twitter, well, I mean really on all social media, but mostly on Twitter, you know what I mean? Like somebody would be like, yo, what's you know what I mean? What's your favorite fruit? Apples or oranges? You know what I mean? And you pick oranges, and then you'd be like, oh, so fuck apples, right? You hate apples? Nah, I'm just saying I like oranges a little bit more than apples. But so just because we have a stance on one thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that we are negating the other thing. You know what I mean? It's not this binary situation. We could say fuck the labels. We could also say fuck Drake for this move because this move is ridiculously disingenuous.
I can understand that. I ain't gonna argue with you there.
Maze,
No, I just think
let's say he wins that. Let's say he wins that lawsuit. What does that even mean? Because I'm gonna tell you what we think out here.
That you know what it really. Oh, go ahead, Bella. Go ahead.
Peekaboo. What? We don't care, nigga. We won.
Nah. In fact, what Drake is doing is what losers do in this situation. You know, sometimes you play a little video game, your homies come over and he better than you in 2K. So what you do? You turn the whole fucking game off. Nobody can't play no more because I'm getting my ass beat.
Hey,
hold on, man. Let me finish this point. If he wins this lawsuit, Aubrey's decided I'm going to take the whole industry down because niggas beat me. That's what he's doing here.
Hey, we will not lose round 2.
You got it.
Ain't no round 2, man. Fuck
Can't lose if there's no game to play.
You got it.
Wow.
Hey, Mace, do you roll the window down or do you roll it up when you listen to Dodger Blue?
Hey, Bill, we gotta put some lights on, nigga. You a shadow right now.
Peekaboo. I mean, this is on brand. This is on brand.
To GNX, bro. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to argue that the level of actual album it is. You know what I mean? So if you want to go there, we can go there. You know what I mean? It's not really about that. I just think that because you asked what's going to happen if Drake wins. Well, I don't think there's going to be another $400 million deal with Universal. I think that there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking within the industry. I think it's going to be very interesting, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see what happens if this lawsuit goes through and it wins. I personally, we were here on the battlefield. We seen Kendrick whoop his ass. You know what I mean? So that's, to me, maybe I'm looking at it in a more binary way, like Sin says, because in my mind, nothing could bring Drake back from this Kendrick battle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If every stream that ever went into Not Like Us was botted, he still lost. You know what I mean? To me, I'm very interested, and maybe it's because of my interest within the music industry. I'm very interested to see what happens, and the fact that this gets exposed. Like, what is that? What happens with Warner? What happens with Rock Nation? I'm interested in that.
So, for the sake of clarity, because again, you know, I checked the temperature. I'm reading the chat. People are thinking that they're positioning you as you're defending Drake in this situation. That's why I'm like, you got to be careful about what you're saying, because to them, you're the OVO guy defending Drake. Right. Stewing the song that beat his ass.
You're defending.
So can we just clarify that? Can we put this thing in its proper perspective?
Listen, y'all, 87% to 13%. Okay, folks who's new here, that's the level. That's the in the poll that we did, what Kendrick Lamar beat Drake in. Okay, 87% to 13%. The people spoke. The algorithmic shit. The numbers, you know what I mean? All of those are they are what they are. You know, people are bragging about them however they brag about them. It is what it is. But we saw it in real time. We lived the battle. You know what I mean? I'm not defending Drake saying that he can win the lawsuit. It don't mean, you know what I mean? Botted Not Like Us was going to get played more than Family Matters. Like, that's not even the case of the matter. But if you telling me you don't want to see Lucian Grange get exposed, you want to see UMG get exposed, you don't want to see the entities that run this shit. When we've told Drake, why did you sign a 400 M's? Why didn't you go against Lucian? We've had that discussion. He's going against Lucian. This is what we wanted.
But here's the thing. The conversation now.
This is Vince McMahon he's fighting to me, not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, I get you. And I do believe me, Mace. I absolutely 100% understand
I
think the conversation.
I figured it out.
the conversation in front of us is not how do you feel about this lawsuit against UMG. We're not talking about the lawsuit. We're not asking how do you feel about the lawsuit. We're asking about how do you feel about Drake filing this lawsuit. Drake is the subject here, not the lawsuit. We could have a separate conversation about the lawsuit some other time. We're talking about Drake in the midst of all this. This is the move that he makes after everything that's transpired this entire year. That's the conversation. And you
at the very least, can you speak to that, Mace?
Listen, if we let me not even speak like we all know. Drake is very salty about the battle, right? We know this. The every time you see his face, he looks sick about the battle. This is, I feel like that's more of a given. Maybe that's why I just skip past it. You know what I mean? But he doesn't deserve defense in anything that he has with Kendrick. That's, you know what I mean? Kendrick is eternally the winner. I don't need to know the numbers to know that Kendrick won. You know what I mean? I don't think maybe I give him credit. I don't think Drake is dumb enough to think that a lawsuit would make him win in the public eyes. I think that's why I focused on the lawsuit, because it's more, to me, it's a fuck you to Lucian. You know what I mean? I as much as we know that he's, a dweeb, he did this, that, and the third, to be at the top of the game this long, you're not stupid. He knows how crazy he looks. He's willing to be the dweeb that goes out there and looks crazy. And, he deserves it. He lost the battle. When you lose on the grandest of stages, whatever happens to you, happens to you. It's not even about that. This is not about some new Drake record. This is not about, the OVO team. We got to one up on these guys. No, bro, like, were you on Twitter when these records were going up? Like, did y'all have any group chats when the Kendrick songs were coming in? Like, this shit lived in infamy forever. So it's like, nah, absolutely not. Drake, Drake, I don't feel like the Drake the person is my thoughts about him, I don't think are any different than the rest of the cast. Whenever we talk about Drake's a dweeb, I'll be like, yeah, he is a dweeb. When we talk about the DeMar DeRozan shit, we was like, yeah, he's a corny motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? So I want to stress to the chat that, yes, Drake is as corny as it gets.
I see a lot of new names here, and they don't really know you. This is their first. That's why I want to say you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Set him straight real quick.
Because when Drake does fuck shit that has nothing to do with industry shit, you fry him every time.
Of course.
Fan or not a fan, you fry him every time.
And I want to promise y'all, despite Baylor might think an opposite, if this was opposite for me, I promise you I would be defending Kendrick in this shit. Anybody that's willing to go against the man, I'm going to defend him. You know what I mean? It just happens to be Drake, and he just happens to be doing it, like Sin said, for not completely honest reasons. But it's like, I'm still going to be like, yeah, the zero sum of this is the worst people getting exposed that could possibly get exposed.
I just feel like if this battle,
just see me calling for the ball, bro. Like,
I'm sorry.
Don't treat me like Smush.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Don't treat me like Smush, Kobe.
I apologize.
I call for the rock.
But Jarv, you gotta let me bring up the ball, because y'all putting Mace in the full court press, and he's not getting past in 8 seconds, bro.
I got a point here that's gonna, expand on, his situation a little bit.
Go ahead.
Pause. So first and foremost, I want to highlight this. You know what I mean? First time ever in history, right?
What's the word?
$50 super chat here. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Tina Plummer.
Whoa.
Thank you. Drake is going through the stages of grief. He is now going through the bargaining stage. He's reaching and throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. His ass is desperate, and his timing on this is corny. He would try anything to take Kenny's shine. Tina, this was a hell of a comment. Thank you for the $50.
I'm gonna get that framed. I'm gonna get that framed.
But what I want to say is, I understand what makes this. I want to, because I hate that we even here, because the people of Gotham, they want a body. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They don't want nuance tonight. But the situation is this: if you want to say he's going against the man, cool, whatever. But let's call it what it is. Tina's also right. You doing this when you did it after putting a milli on Young Thug after he came home, I just cannot respect any of it. I refuse to respect any of it. All of it is timing. All of it is politics. All of it is positioning and optics. If I can't beat him musically or in public perception, now you dragging this whole situation to court and it's dropping on the Monday of. I keep saying that's the problem I've been having the whole time. It's the Monday after the album drop. That's a problem. If you want to say, oh, Lucian stabbed me in the back by running the bots up on the song Dissing Me, Lucian owes you nothing, Aubrey. He owes you nothing. He is just basically a loan officer. In fact, Lucian is a loan shark who happens to be very rich about it. He gave you the 400. Here you go. Here's your bread. Make me some more money from this 400 million investment. But if you think that I'm going to throw my body in front of you because I gave you 400 and I made you the cash cow of my operation, absolutely not. When there's more money to make over there, yo, Aubrey, how you think I got the 400 to give you in the first place? Doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you telling me all these angles about, oh, he's mad at Lucian, oh, he's this, he's that, bro, Mace, you my guy. Love you to death. Everything you're saying about this is bullshit. I'm just gonna call it what it is. The whole thing is bullshit. The angle you're trying to take is bullshit. The idea that it's the man is bullshit. It's her feelings on top of her feelings. Your man is moving in a situation that the same way I was looking at Cole and I was like, where your heart at? Rap through it. This is a higher tier of bitch assness. Nothing about this is about the man. Nothing about this is about the industry. All of this is about a fucking guy who cannot accept defeat. And he is, at this point, in my eyes, he's telling me that he's not good enough to beat Kenny. So I gotta do all kinds of sideways shit. Throw subs on Instagram, talk catty on streams, try to act cool and get mad at basketball players for being in music videos. Sue record labels for one fucking song. It just so happens to be the song that put the pause on me that won't go away because he thought he was big enough as the individual brand that I could do anything I want. And this will fade because, again, the issue is respect. Kenny couldn't do that to me. Not him. He's not outside like I am. He can't do that. Pusha T is a super rapper. So, of course, he can out-rap me, but I'm Drake. This is the worst thing that happened to Drake, and he can't handle it. And, in fact, as a man, this is about strictly testosterone. He's failing himself. In fact, remember what was that song? Meet the Grams? Actions like this highlight exactly what Kendrick said. He's really a sucker. All the disses, all the TED Talk energy on this album, all of it, this action right here, the lawsuit, it speaks to it. Oh, you going on stream and you saying this, I'm a real Sixer. Real Sixers drop lawsuits after you get beat. How you want to be a street nigga and then move like a civilian at the same time? You buying out the first two rows and Pusha T put the pause on you so niggas can try to hop him on stage. You getting your mans out beating up on Rose and Vancouver and shit. Which one is it, Aubrey? You know what I'm saying? You're not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, bro, I don't even want to talk about this no more. We got to move on. But sanction in this, bro, complete bullshit. And then on top of that, why I'm even more annoyed is that you go on the stream with this dork and then you say shit like rap is weird right now. Big loser energy.
Nasty word.
Everything about this is loser energy. Rap is weird because people woke the fuck up and seen. Oh, matter of fact, not that they woke up. It took a person big enough to say the quiet part loud enough because Kendrick ain't unveiled no new shit. He just said what niggas are saying, but we needed a bigger voice. Just like Nas needed to be the voice to say everything niggas wanted to hear about Hov. It is the same thing. The cycle has repeated. We cannot sanction this. As a podcast, I'm not standing behind it. This is bullshit, Mace. I'm sorry. I tried to mute you early, but since said to let you cook. But I ain't gonna let you tank us with this bullshit energy. It's the man. The fuck out of here.
Don't
bro.
let y'all do that to you, mate. Make sure they acting like he's sweeping.
You're not sweeping right now.
You're not sweeping.
I'm letting them cook. I'm letting them cook.
No,
next thing,
because I'm just saying. Next thing you know, on Twitter they're gonna clip some Mace said and it's gonna be the rap roundtable said.
Exactly. And that's why I need to make sure that it's said it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Sincere Rap Star, on top of everything he did with the legalities, He crying about rap being weird now. I know the rap snob got something to say about this.
Listen, man, everything that I've said in the past, everything that I've already said on this stream, in this live, I'm gonna just have to repeat it, double down on it. Again, Drake he's showing us exactly what Kendrick said that he is. You know what I mean? He's a visitor, a colonizer. He's a cosplayer. He doesn't really understand the culture. He's not of the culture. He's a fan of the culture, you know what I mean? And he's able to dress himself up in the culture. But he's not really part of it. He didn't grow up in the culture. You know what I mean? Word to Jov, you know, he always points out growing up with not a hairline to speak of, you know what I mean? Not a shape up in sight, you know what I mean? And I don't know, but you see him recently, since he cut the braids off, it looks like he's going back to like 13-year-old Aubrey with the fucked up hairline, but I digress. Nah, man, that's real nasty work, because you're going. I've never heard of the streamer in my life, but apparently he's big. XQC, you know what I mean? Bleach blonde hair, frail looking white dude. You know what I mean? Looks like he's never heard a rap song in his life. You know what I mean? And he's going on this platform with full Canadian voice. You know what I mean? Full Canadian voice. Didn't even try to switch up at no point. You know what I mean? Even when he says Steve Lacy is a fragile ops, he said fragile ops in the whitest voice possible. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now, bro? Like, this is such nasty work. And it's like you're going on there on that platform. He's talking about, I want to hear what you're listening to, because rap is weird right now. You know what I mean? What is that messaging? What is the underlying message there?
Kenny rapping about watching the party die. Apparently Drake ran to the car.
Listen, I'm calling it right now. Drake is not coming back to rap. He's not going to do it. He's going to make every other genre out there. He's going to leave rap alone. He might try it. I don't know. Maybe a Lucy here, Lucy there. I don't see him coming. I think he's gonna rap.
Sin is wishfully speaking right now.
I'm just saying. I'm feeling the same energy that
Sin is trying to manifest.
Like a Post Malone and the MGK. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Nah, because he still got a lot more malls to drive through, so he's not done yet.
I don't know, but between that and calling Steve Lacy a fragile op. Come on, man. And then the dude who stream it is like fragile op. What does that mean?
Hey, Mace. Real quick, because I'm paying.
Like the chat knows what I mean.
And nigga came out, man.
Hey, Mace, the nigga came out with no face, and nigga Kitty said peekaboo. Like,
it's just nasty work all around, man. And the thing
my God.
Bro, we saw that earlier today.
They gotta fight now. That's it.
It can't get much worse than that. And then the motherfucker says, "Hold my beer," and drops a lawsuit. I'm done, bro.
Listen, man.
I'm sick. Absolutely sick. I'm finished.
If we whooped the podcast ass for the last 6 months, I'm sure they next pod they would call us weird. You know what I mean? That's a concussed mind speaking. Sin, like, do you judge boxers after a vicious knockdown, bro?
Nah, Mace, they called themselves Sunday Night Raw. That's what they did.
If I'm not mistaken, the whole rap roundtable told him to take a break, bro. They told him to take a break. Oh my God, nigga said, "You dead. You dead." And Kenny said, "Reincarnated. You can't do that, bro."
Oh shit.
That's why when people say you can't mention Drake when you talk about this album. This album is an ode to Drake. It's a Drake TED Talk via Kenny. Jesus.
That's why you gotta appreciate that though. Like I didn't want an album where he just ignored the thing, bro. Like, slap him around, bro. Fuck that.
That's why I wanted Drake to fight back. Like you go to the courts
and Cole.
Like, what in the Steve style is this?
Yeah.
He lost his smile, Joe. What you want me to do, man?
I want him to rap. Yo, one good crash out for the road. Like, yo, fuck this nigga. Let's just say it. Because we know at this point, to me, Drake don't even got to keep up appearances no more. Just say the thing. Yo, fuck this little short nigga from the West Coast. Don't talk about his feet size either, because that was questionable. Pause. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just say fuck this nigga and just say it in bar fashion. 64 bars of fuck this guy. You can't do that?
Just say it, man.
You sang to him. You gave him melodies about his personal life. That didn't work. Just rap. Poor J. Cole over here. Can Cole even drop now? Because Cole got the stench on him. I'm sorry, Cole fans. He got the stench on him. Still. Should we just move on?
Hey, and shouts to me that called all of this back in January.
I'm glad Kenny dropped, because I feel like because of that, Drake is going to drop. And because of that, Kenny's going to drop again. Like, I'm happy. Like, to be honest with you.
Mace, you got a point there. Because I was thinking the other day meaning yesterday, because yesterday was popping. With Kenny doing this, Drake's next project is going to be the most. It's going to shatter some records, because everybody's going to wait to see what he has to say. Yeah. Everybody's going to wait to see what he has to say. So that I can't give him that.
That's why I know he gonna rap, and I know Drake not done with this guy, but this is when the lack of streetism, clothism is in him. Most rappers in this situation, they go dark or they rap through it. Sure. For some reason, Drake feels like he can't do either of those two. He has to take all these other avenues to keep up an appearance. Like Sim said, the cosplayer energy. He's so worried about appearances that he just can't be himself. I lost. I got punched on. I want to fight this guy. Where did Drake get that for Chris Brown and them in the club? Where that guy at?
Got a point.
Where's that guy? We got randos from the West. Baylor, what's his name? Snoopy something saying he coming to Compton. Then Wax saying that's not true. We got all this weird shit. All the people want are bars. I could tell you right now, we got 1280 in the chat right now. All 1,280 people who are watching this video right now all want bars. We don't need none of the extras. Can he just rap? That's all we want. And speaking of rapping, we got one more topic to get to before we get out of here.
What's the word?
Lil Wayne, getting lost in all of this legality situation, put out a tweet. I'm trying to find the tweet for you because I want to read this and I want to talk through it, because I find it interesting that he's dropping threats in the direction of a Kendrick Lamar. And the tweet goes like this, because it took me a couple seconds to find it. Wayne says, for people living under a rock, man, what the fuck did I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep, I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. So, you acted like a victim when the Super Bowl thing came out. Right? Kenny rapped about it. And because, I would say, say what you want, but Wayne is of the cloth too. I'll give him a few threads. So he knew what that meant. If Kenny's willing to put your name in a rap, whether he dissed you or not, we're building towards something here. When you saw that tweet, Macito, what did you think?
I got excited. Pause, man. This reminded me. This energy is starting to give that 2002 energy, bro. That Rockefeller Nas energy. That fucking when everybody just was agitated at each other. We're gonna break down how it would go. You know what I mean? We can speak about that in a second. But just
beautiful time.
The energy of it all, like, you know what I mean? You diss my man, so I'm like, don't even say my name on records. And Kendrick, Kendrick would have been the type of nigga to just let the Wayne shit rock, right? Because of his respect for Wayne. Like, I feel like all of Kendrick's static has always been towards his peers. There's always been a certain reverence he's had for niggas that was out before him, niggas he looked up to. So I feel like this was, even though it wasn't a diss, no, it wasn't a diss. It was a line in the sand. from Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like
Adrian in the chat. Adrian, what's good, Adrian?
Adrian, what up? It certainly was a line in the sand. It certainly was a like, okay, we can really go there if you want to go there. You know what I mean? So me personally, I know people want Wayne to be like, no, Kendrick deserved it, and niggas want Kendrick to be like, no, Wayne, come perform with me. I want these niggas to be mad at each other, to be honest with you. I like the way this direction is headed.
Mace, you can't have no teleprompter and no rap beef. What?
BTG, what you got to say, man?
You can't have no teleprompter and no rap beef, bro. I don't want to see that.
I mean, he said he the giant and he will destroy. That's what he said.
I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking on behalf of K-Dot. He will destroy that legend. Destroy him.
Oof.
And you better wait until after the Super Bowl. Because I'm under the impression that he would have showed a lot of love towards Wayne on that stage. Yeah. Now, not so much. Shout out to Dodger Blue. That song is so good, Mace. Godly, that's a good song.
Sincere, what you got to say about Weezy's take?
Listen, man, it's 2024. And don't nobody believe you. Don't nobody believe you or your threats, Wayne. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe once upon a time, like, look, all cards on the table. Everybody here knows how I feel about Wayne. I'll just be real. I always thought he was overrated. But at least at one point, if you were to make these idle threats, we could have believed you. But not 2024 Wayne. Not Wayne that, you know what I mean, is all slurring his speech, you know what I mean, has had a lifetime of certain substances that, you know, don't really allow him to be quite coherent all the time. You know what I mean? Forgetting his lyrics on stage. Ain't nobody trying to hear that from you right now, man. Like, Kendrick is literally at the top of his game right now, and you're aging like Jordan on the Wizards. Jordan on the Wizards was still good.
Jordan. Crazy, son. That's crazy.
He was still good. He was still good.
Don't even give him Jordan, gang. He looked like Paul Pierce on the Nets.
Ew.
It's looking crazy. He's looking old and flabby out here, man. I'm sorry. Like, that's not we don't believe you, Wayne. And you don't have enough people to make us believe you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want to start it off by saying, like, this monster, whatever he said, will destroy. Wayne, cloth members, can y'all point out to me what rapper or what beef Lil Wayne has ever won? Who'd he beat? I know there's people in hip hop who consider themselves hip hop. Let me be clear, who think because he took another rapper's beat and dropped a freestyle that might have been better than said rapper's song, somehow he's either better than that rapper or he, in some imaginary world, beat that rapper. But I'm here to tell you, there is no history that shows that Lil Wayne has any kind of like war chest and like heads inside of that war chest of people that he scalped over the years. So when you say this monster, who are you talking about? Where he at? When you tried to bark up the Hove tree, Hove fell on this guy a few times. But then someone on Twitter played the verse from that Watch What You Say to Me joint that Hove did with T.I. mad years ago. He destroyed this guy. And that was old Hove. That wasn't even Hove in his prime. Right? When Pusha T was chasing niggas off the block for a cool 10 years before Drake got in the fight.
Exodus.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't fight with him. He didn't even want to squabble with Gilly. When Gilly was doing all kinds of interviews, calling him out. Who is the rapper that he beat? Having a better verse than a guy on a song don't mean that you won a battle. Who did he beat? What is his history? I know there's a lot of Wayne fans that swear by him. We're not talking about his songs or his mixtapes. We're talking about him getting in the ring with other niggas. You couldn't beat old Hove. You didn't want smoke with Pusha T. You watched Drake get punched on by Pusha T. You never jumped in not one time. You watched Drake get punched on now by Kenny. You didn't jump in not one time. So it's like, what monster are you? What you gonna do? At this point, that's how I feel about Wayne. What are you gonna do in this situation? You got some more like metaphors, some non-coherent bars. Come on, gang. Like, sit down, Gramps. You lost your spot because, in fact, you didn't maintain through the years. As a performer, you have devolved. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen Wayne perform. Niggas do not want that on the Super Bowl stage. Even I caped, and I thought you might get it because of your relationship with Jay. But even then, it wasn't enough because, again, business over any kind of friendship when it comes to Jay-Z. You're not getting that spot, bro. And then with Kenny, the one nigga who would have put on for the culture, you go and you do that? A tweet?
Oh, he cooking.
That's I
Them
guess
niggas ain't down for you, Lil Wayne.
I guess that's why I'll tag back in. About, and trust me, folks, how many we got in here, Sin? At one point,
at this point, 1.3.
1 point to the whole 1.3. Trust me, I want to argue all three of these niggas down again. I had fun, but I gotta be realistic here. Jov, he nailed it right there.
Come home, Mace. The door is open.
Wayne has always been more of if we talk in the Olympics, Wayne is a gymnast. He's not a boxer. You feel what I'm saying? He's somebody that's gonna do a bunch of tricks. You can judge it on his own. You know what I mean? The mount, the disc fault, like the wizardry. But he's never been a person that was there for no type of static with anybody.
Mace just called this nigga a ballerina. You cooking, Mace? Go ahead.
Ballerinas are athletes too, Bella.
I hear you.
No disrespect to the ballerinas out there.
Shout out to all the gymnasts out there.
You know what I mean? You know, gymnasts are people too, Bella.
I hear you.
But that's
All
always been
matter.
Wayne's style. Wayne is usually, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, this is just how he is. He's always been kind of too oblivious and drugged out to even focus in on a specific topic like that. Listen to even his greatest verses. He's going to be talking about something different by the end of the verse to the beginning of the verse. This type of shit just doesn't lend itself to Wayne's skill set. So I agree. Like, if they were having a song together and it was like who had the better verse, I wouldn't mind putting money on Wayne, you know, going into a fight. We seen him fight, you know, go on that level against the greatest of the great. But
that's why I made sure to give him his due. When it comes to putting out verses that deliver, I can't take that away from him.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? He's going head to head with the best. But, you know, Jov, you mentioned it. Drake had to step in for the Pusha T shit. That was Wayne's battle for 10 fucking years. And the Canadian had to come step in for you. When you had the problems with Young Thug, and the bro was stealing your record label, your boss,
album
and the album title.
All fucked up. I guess
the game stepped in, if y'all remember. Yeah, you remember the game stepped in and was dissing him, and then when he was having the problems with Birdman, Rick Ross stepped in and was dissing Birdman. Like, Wayne has never even been the type of nigga to engage other niggas on any type of high level. I keep mentioning that. Do we have to bring up Ghoulish again? Maybe the worst diss song in the history of all diss songs. Fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him. Like, come on now. Like, so Wayne, as much of a fan as I am of Wayne, Kendrick just put on the best show we ever seen on wax for battles in history, bro. Like, come on.
That's the class.
Listen, man.
Hey, look at Mace. Mace know how to come back.
Nah, I mean, it ain't no comeback. This is what he does. He gonna speak his mind. Sometimes you agree, sometimes you disagree.
Mate. Usually you can't turn the ball over in the first half like that and expect to play in the second half.
But you expect to get the ball back. Nah, real shit. Java almost set you on the bench, bro.
Almost, bro. Yeah. Almost. I had to hit a couple threes.
Let him cook.
Couple threes in the four to get me on the court, man.
Hey, because what you don't know is Jar be tapping me on the shoulder like, I'm gonna have to put you in, veteran. You're right.
I had to go 2011 Phil with Powell at one time during the Dallas series. Like, yo, what the fuck going on? Nah, but again, that's what we do here. Like, we not. Sometimes people come on the pod, they want to just see podders kill other rappers and they want blood, but we gotta talk through the situation for better or worse. You know what I mean? I let Mace cook before I told him how I really felt about what he said. You know what I mean?
I do have a better understanding of what Mace is saying now. Yeah. I still don't.
I still think it's bullshit.
Still think it's bullshit. But.
Listen, at least you understand the bullshit. That's what it's all about. That mean the people do too, you know?
Of course. Again, I haven't told y'all, but before y'all clear out, if you haven't by now, please hit the like button. If you like what you heard here tonight, hit the subscribe option. Keep running those comments up. I know the comment section is going to be very toxic with Mace slander for this performance, but that's okay. I've been there. Sin's been there. They always love Baylor. Deanie's been there. You know what I mean?
No. Deanie has
love
not been
Baylor.
Deanie ain't here now, though. So we're not bringing up his name.
We always
He's not here now.
He in the chat, bro. He in the chat.
Deanie in the chat.
What up, dude?
Again, hit the like button.
You supposed to be on the court with us. This nigga sitting next to the coaches.
This is why you about to get your shoulder tapped on to get out the game, Bill. You can't do that, bro.
I understand, coach. I understand.
But anyway, hit the like button, run the comments up, hit the subscribe option. We got a few super chats to get to before we get out of here. You know we saw them. We wasn't gonna leave without discussing the super chats. We had Ariel Smoke, home team. What's going on, family? This Karen lawsuit is not shocking. Karen, oof. BTG before he got in the game with a chat. This guy right here is a loose cannon. Rob K with a super chat says Ja Rule should sue 50. Wow. He said AI Fox.
Wow. I'm not even going there, bro.
Ariel Smoke again says the BBL super predator shouldn't mention bots. Shit. Rafael Fidela says Mace tripping, shameless. This is hip hop. Go rap. Thank you, Rafael. JP's Revenge says he's suing over streams, but not the allegations that are supposedly false. Doc caught an eternal body on Drizzy. This is what I said as well. I love when the chat makes sense. Kate Nicole with a super chat says the people don't care about bots. Look at the IG comments. The people are saying how much they personally streamed the record. People love the song regardless. Thank you. Flat Out Fudge says, hey yo. Flat Out Fudge says Kendrick, the type of motherfucker that manifests from the shadow of a building and walk off nonchalant while the people around are shocked like, what the fuck? You're doing a lot. That was borderline glazing, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Tracy G with a super chat says Mace is absolutely correct. Drake is going at the label, not Kenny, and Drake wants off UMG. Tracy G always capable. I respect that.
Hey, Tracy, just go play that Dodger Blue. You'll understand.
Yeah, OVO Trace.
But she not wrong, because again, we spoke about Drake wanting to get off of that and go independent back in the spring. We always early. That's our damn problem. Maybe we should be late like the rest of these niggas.
Why don't he just go independent and start rapping again?
$400 million says he can't. Melanin Man with a super chat says Drake said, I'm taking my ball and fuck the teacher. I'm telling the principal. Mace, Drake ain't worthy of your integrity. Be careful, Job. NPR was in the lawsuit. Okay, I gotta be careful. I ain't part of nothing. You can't do nothing for me. Ace and G said, did y'all read the UMG statement? Nah, but funny story. When the news hit that he was suing Universal and Spotify, why I got an email from Universal Music Group talking about the Kendrick vinyls around the same time as the announcement. Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Kate Nicole says, I ain't never seen the chat move this fast before. It ain't the first time, girl. When the shit pop off, they pull up to the wrap round table. Rafael Fidelis with another super chat says, UMG responded. The suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. Lovely legal speak there.
Okay.
We don't believe you. LP with a super chat says, in a year where the big three got into it, one apologized and the other is suing. Shaking my head, mans went to the police. Now that it works against him, he wants to clean up the culture. Yeah, fucking right. Shout out LP with the
LP. What up?
Rafael Fidela spinning again says no amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in his pre-action submission can mask the fact that the fans choose the music they want to hear. Thank you. There's some great super chats. And Marquise with a $20 holler says, if everything in the lawsuit is true, Drake is the biggest industry plant ever. Glad his roots got cut out publicly. Drake's numbers and broken records also become fraudulent. It's checkmate using a pawn. West Coast. Wow, the West in the building. Man. Make It Happen says, Mace tripping, dude. Looking like Uncle Ruckus. Don't do that. Make it happen.
Appreciate the cash, though.
Too far.
Thank you for the $2. The homie Zig can't believe it. Rasta Miyagi. Damn it, Mace. Hey, Mace sometimes you got to turn hill. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Jermaine L. Johnson with a super chat says, the views and opinions of Mace does not reflect.
Hey, not too much.
You got to do it for us.
Damn, Jay, you left me out there, bro.
Thank you.
Not too much on Mace. I still got his back.
You want to be our legal representation, man?
Yeah, let's talk about it, Jermaine. Chip Osorio with $5 says, yeah, I agree with Job 100%. Mace can have his opinion, says being disrespected. Chat, chill out, or log off. You have to tell niggas to chill the fuck out.
Appreciate it, Chip.
You know what I mean? BL with a super chat says, love the dialogue between brothers. Salute. Savage Gain says he's suing now, boy done. Word, yeah. Raphael, again, he had a lot to say. The man that likes to play victim. That's a fact. K. Nicole once again with another super chat. Forget the record labels. I need a response from Jay Prince. Yeah, where is Jay Prince?
Word.
This is why Jay Prince jumped in front of the last album.
That's a fact.
I wonder if he was like, this is the last time I'm doing this for you. Because he's been real quiet about this. Or is that the power of the West Coast?
No, Kenny already told y'all. They like to intimidate violence. They can't imitate this one, though.
Andrew Williams says, Nas said hip-hop is at 06, not when Jay disses him. I'm not sure what he was responding to, but cool. FWW Brand says, $2, fuck BBL, K. all day. Wow. Mike H, shout out to the homie Mike H. On a macro level, I want to see if Drake faces backlash from the industry. Probably. If now he don't get them same placements he used to get, we know why.
Yeah.
LP, how worse will it look if they find no bots to use?
Ooh, that
the bots we use. There ain't gonna be no bots. Trust me. $1 from J Dell, appreciate it. Andrew Williams says this beef is the biggest, but Nas and Jay, yeah, of course, Nas and Jay beef is the best.
Don't get mad at that.
Yeah. Savage Gain says Hove told Drake not to beef on Pound Cake. He didn't listen. He's hard-headed. Again, the Super Chat MVP for today, Tina Plummer. Drake is going through the stages of grief. He is now going through the bargaining stage. Shout out Young Thug. He's reaching and throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. His ass is desperate, and his timing on this is corny. He will try anything to take Kenny shine. What a hell of a
comment. Hey Tina, hey, you gotta holler at me. I gotta send you some merch if you breaking bread like that.
That part. Drake God says my nigga Cole lose asleep, but it ain't me, it's Cap. KL with a $10 holler says if Drake wins, he loses. If he loses, another L. Snitch sore loser is the optics. Thank you. And that's the reality in our culture. I'm more so mad at his team. I don't know who his advisor co-signer was. You can't tell Drake what to do. He's the boss by a long, you know what I mean? Homebody Gaming $5 says Meet the Grams won the battle. Not like us, was just a victory lap. It's a little more than a victory lap at this point. It's a virus for Drake. Only loyalty with a $5 chat says stop buying views and bots comments. You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need later. Drake said he was all right. Yeah, I guess. Don't matter. You still telling. Drake got says Drake dropping bags on ninjas and putting the police on YouTube. The most dangerous man in the industry. And whacked out Dot Mural. Damn. And 88 Spence with the last super chat of the night says dope crossover show last night. Thank you, 88 Spence. We aim to please here at the Rap Roundtable. We're glad you enjoyed it. Shout out to the homies over there doing their thing as well. Again, on your way out, hit the like button. Run the likes up, run the comments up, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe option. BTG, we thank you for pulling up and running with us today. I promise I will use
give all my thanks to the chat, man. They went up today.
Of course. You know what I mean? Baylor called me and cursed me out last week, said I ain't getting no minutes, so we have to make sure BTG got some run today. I'll make sure to give you some more minutes in the future, Baylor. But Macito, since you were the star of today's show,
X-Pac Heat for sure. Shouts to my boy Baylor, man. The West Coast finest. Always fun to, I guess I'm Deanie now, Speaking of him, shouts to Deanie.
No. You're not Deanie because you actually show up to work.
Listen, but with that being said, shouts to Deanie because he had to show up to his real job today. Shouts to Deanie the Balance. Shouts to Sincere the Rap Snob. Was cooking me today. I can't even lie. Shouts to Job the point guard, the go to this pod shit. You feel me? We are the Rap Roundtable. Appreciate all of y'all that pulled up with us today. Check in on the last. Oh, we got one more.
One more. Andrew Williams said, "I meant when Nas had an issue with hip hop, he didn't wait till someone dissed him like Drake. He waited. Got you.
Yeah.
As you were, Mace.
Appreciate that second super chat. We are the Rap Roundtable. Go check out episode. Was that 111? The GNX review. Go check that out. Give us likes, comments, subscribe. Roundtable merch coming back soon. We are the Rap Roundtable, and we out of here, boy.
Damn, one more at the buzzer.
Yo, they don't want us to leave. Love said Drake is gonna mess around and get the Diddy treatment. Diddy sued the liquor company and ended up in jail. UMG is Lucian Grange, Diddy's buddy, who attends his parties. He's also Drake's man. Hey,
That's a lot of.
That's a rabbit hole that we'll talk about when we get there. We are out of here,
Y'all
fellas
need to
and
pull
ladies.
back up if it
Especially
do
the
happen.
ladies. Shout out to all the ladies in the chat because again,
That's a
we don't
fact.
scare them over here. We encourage
Word.
them to pull up. Thank y'all for adding some balance to the chat.
Shout out
as
to Tina.
always.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
That's a
You know
fact.
what I mean?
We out of here. Trying to get out of here. Can't.
Later, y'all.
You don't want us to leave today. You know what I mean?